National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula has cautioned Chief Justice Raymond Zondo about making comments which could lead to his impartiality being questioned.
It comes a day after a meeting was held during which Parliament, of course, took him to task. This is over comments he made about Parliament's failure to take action around state capture.
Ziyanda Ngcobo reports.
The presiding officers do admit that they were caught off guard by Chief Justice Raymond Zondo's utterances, but maintain the meeting held on Wednesday was underpinned by cordiality and frankness. National Assembly Speaker Nosiviwe Mapisa Nqakula says they did, however, caution Zondo about his public comments affecting his ability to oversee matters in the judiciary that require impartiality. She's used the example of the Electoral Amendment Act and how the Chief Justice has now placed himself in an awkward position by making statements on this matter. The officials did not, however, respond to a question about whether they will ask Zondo to recuse himself once the matter is heard in the Constitutional Court.
This is politics. There's something called politics. There's something called the law. Sometimes it can be very dangerous to venture into an area of politics because you end up being entangled in debates by politicians. And once you get entangled in debates and positions of politicians, you may actually find it difficult at the end of the day to adjudicate when there is a crisis amongst ourselves. I'm raising this because this Electoral Amendment Act is ready. But we know that right now it has been taken on review to the Constitutional Court because there are groupings which are unhappy with it.
Mapisa Nqakula and her cohort have cautioned citizens against having a negative attitude towards the majoritarian system, which allows for a party with the biggest numbers to vote in a particular way in Parliament. She says they cannot be held accountable for how the majority party decides to vote, even if it's in flagrant disregard of the democratic project as raised in the Zondo report.
We said, CJ, the issues, there is no way you are finding fault with Parliament for not following the processes. There is no way. We followed our processes to the last. You are talking about the majority, which then overrules the process. That is a matter you can engage with political parties.
On the establishment of an oversight committee for the President and the Presidency, Mapisa Nqakula says after conducting desktop research on the matter, they'll now be conducting visits to countries such as the UK to explore different models which could apply to our system.
Allow me to go to the issue of the Oversight Committee because it has been raised over the presidency. You know, what we did here is we requested our research team to do some work, just to do a desktop analysis of where this thing is, where we can find it, and what it is that we do. The report was presented to us. And when the report was presented to us, we found that, in fact, we don't have this animal called oversight over vote one. But rather what we have in India, for instance, you have an overarching committee which monitors across the board. And then in Britain, you have what is called a liaison subcommittee, which liaison subcommittee has a responsibility to engage with the Prime Minister.
In a joint statement, the two arms of state have committed to meeting regularly to discuss issues which may be a source of tension. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ziyanda Ngcobo in Ekurhuleni.